This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us. Tropical Depression 9 seems to have just that many lives.
We're still waiting for it to develop into a tropical storm, but it could ultimately become more than that. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan now with the details. Bob?
Yeah, interesting things to note with this system right now. Get a look at this visible satellite imagery. We got two things going on right now. You'll see it as I move into motion here. There's a low-level circulation right there where these storms are starting to really fire up here in the last couple of hours. And then there's a mid-level low. It's right there spinning around. These are some mid to upper level clouds right there. You can see it kind of rotating in that counterclockwise fashion. These two have to actually stack over one another in order for the system to organize and become a true tropical storm. So that hasn't happened yet, but it is getting closer. It's been kind of south of the system ever since it was over Cuba and even beyond that. So we'll wait and see how that plays out. It looks like it's going to happen throughout the day on Wednesday. The enhanced satellite imagery showing the colder cloud tops, meaning the storms that reach further up into the atmosphere because they're gaining strength, really shows an explosion of storms once again near the center. We had some very heavy rain south of that earlier, and now it's starting to develop. But look at all the nasty weather across South Florida and to the east. Tropical depression number 9 is just that. It's moving to the northwest at 5. And one thing to note with this last advisory, which just came out about an hour ago, the cone of uncertainty has shifted to the north and west. The reason why is that the trough that was supposed to come down and kick this off more to the east is now projected to be not as strong. And with that in mind, that means the wind shear will also lessen somewhat, so this could certainly become a hurricane before it makes landfall sometime prior to, say, the evening on Thursday up into the Panhandle and possibly right into toward Tallahassee as a Category 1 hurricane. That's the reason why now we have hurricane watches in effect that could soon turn to hurricane warnings. The area in the red that you see right there, that's a hurricane watch. The area in yellow is a tropical storm watch, and that is in effect now and will be in effect through Friday. Things will change, though. Tomorrow that will more than likely become a hurricane warning as a result of the system possibly developing. We still have the possibility of some rough weather here. So I want to, before I let you go here, be on guard because we're still going to get a lot of rainfall. There's still a potential for some tropical storm force winds and isolated tornadoes, and flooding is a real possibility. Even though the center is moving away, we're still going to be on that dirty side with a lot of moisture heading on in. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Both Sarasota and Manatee County emergency management officials are making sure they're prepared for the storm. Sandbags are being distributed today and tomorrow. There are 5 distribution locations in Manatee County, 3 in Sarasota County. County officials say placing these sandbags strategically around your home can only prevent minor flooding, although they can also be helpful in diverting the flow of water. In Sarasota County, meanwhile, other precautionary measures are being taken as well.
Teams are out checking out all the pumps and generators and all the lift stations and making sure that they're ready to go. We also have a number of critical areas that we watch for potential flooding.
Here are those 5 locations in Manatee County to pick up sandbags. 3 are in Bradenton, including the Stormwater Ops Facility on 39th Street East. 2 are in Palmetto. In Sarasota County, sandbags are available at Newtown Estates Park, Twin Lakes Park, and the South County Fleet Facility in Venice.
Florida Power and Light is taking precautions in case the severe weather causes power outages. The company has activated its emergency response plan. Crews are on standby, ready to restore power to customers who lose it during high winds if that happens. Throughout the year, crews clear tree limbs and branches from power lines and inspect power poles. FPL says it has invested more than $2 billion since 2006 to build a stronger energy grid, which also allows them to restore power faster. From the U.S. Senate and State Senate to local commission and school board races, there's no shortage of key races being decided right now. Polls close at the bottom of the hour for Florida's primary elections. More than 1.75 million votes were already cast by mail or during early voting. And today, the state did have a couple of delays in opening polling places in Flagler and Lee counties. Also, a polling place was moved in Miami Beach because of the need to spray for mosquitoes.
Sarasota and Manatee County elections officials say voter turnout has surpassed previous primary elections.
ABC7's Bobeth Yates joins us now with more on how things went at polling places across the Suncoast. Bobeth.
Yes, election is in full swing, and there's still about an hour, as you mentioned, left to vote. And as voters cast their ballot, there's still a bit of controversy, or there was a bit of controversy in Longboat Key with a sample ballot being found at a voter polling table. But throughout the Suncoast, officials say things went smoothly.
All the polls opened this morning at 7 o'clock, and we've had no issues, and so it's worked out pretty good.
Manatee County's Supervisor of Election, Mike Bennett, says all the preparation for this year's primary election has paid off. So far, there has been no major issues reported at precinct locations throughout the Suncoast, and voter turnout for this year's primary election is surpassing previous years.
And we mailed out about 60,000, a little over 60,000 vote-by-mail ballots. We've got about 50% of those, close to 60% of those back, so that'll kind of drive the turnout. In general, right now, we're at about a 23% turnout if you combine everything.
Sarasota County election officials are also experiencing similar increases, expecting about 25% voter turnout for this year's primary election. That number is up when compared to 22% in 2014 and just 16% voter turnout in 2012. And voters we spoke to say the issues are driving their interests.
I want my vote regarding the hotel at the north end, which I personally am against because of the traffic flow.
Another issue on this year's ballot is the constitutional amendment to give a property tax break to promote solar energy. But it isn't just the issues driving voters. Many say they're also concerned with who will be holding elected office.
That's extremely important. I think the way that we vote in local elections has an effect, especially in our own communities.
The country needs help, and we really need to do our best to cast our vote.
And while voters make their voices heard, Bennett says Tuesday's primary is the best and final practice for November's presidential election.
So warm up for our poll workers, our new equipment, the iPads, everything that we're doing. And so it really is. It's a great opportunity for us to test that out.
Officials say they'll have election results promptly after polling sites close. Again, polling sites will close at 7 p.m. And to find out your polling place, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on links we mentioned. Back to you.
All right, Bobette, thank you. Some confusion at one polling place in Northport today. Candidates and their campaigns thought they could stand across from the Mullins Community Center, away from the 100-foot designated polling zone, and hold up their campaign signs. But those signs were quickly removed by code enforcement staff, who said they violated a 2015 city resolution indicating the area was a zone off limits to those signs. Northport's mayor, who was also a candidate for District 2, expressed frustration over the situation.
I'm very disturbed at the unintended consequences of citizens, not just candidates and their people, but citizens feeling that they can't wave signs and have signs within legal distances on an election day.
Well, just as quickly as the signs were removed by code enforcement, various campaigns put the signs right back up in that same off-limits area.
Be sure to stay with ABC7 both on air and online for full primary election coverage and results. You can head to mysuncoast.com/elections for up-to-the-minute results after the polls close. And we will have team coverage tonight in our 11 o'clock newscast with all of the results of key state and local races. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter at mysuncoast and then also on Facebook.
All good ideas to keep track and see how these races are going to play out tonight. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah. More red light cameras coming to Manatee County. Straight ahead, we'll tell you where and when they'll be activated.
And later, what New College of Florida is being recognized for in the Princeton Review's new college guidebook.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct prices.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Welcome back, two of my favorite guests. Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you, weeknights at 5.
An update now on an Orlando developer's plan to build a 5-star resort on Longboat Key. Unicor says it has hired an architect, land planner, and engineer to develop the former Colony Resort property. That resort was closed about 6 years ago. It's considered uninhabitable now. All of the commercial buildings have been torn down, but the developer still needs to get signatures from condo owners before tearing down those residential units there.
Another Manatee County intersection now has red light cameras. A 30-day warning period begins today for drivers at the intersection of 53rd Avenue and US 41. After the period ends next month, the cameras will begin taking photos of red light runners in the southbound lanes of 53rd Avenue. This is the county's 10th red light camera intersection. No more plans on what is happening with the current vendor. So watch out for that.
Yeah. Bob is up next with the latest on TD number 9 right after this.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Well, a lot to watch tonight as this thing looks to be maybe close to getting its act together. Finally.
Yeah, it does. The mid-level low, as I showed you, it's starting to catch up to the lower level low, and that's meteorological speak for stacking.
I was going to say, I don't know.
And it stacks up, and eventually it gets going. And the shear is going to be less now, it looks like, so the models are picking up on that. Several models are projecting a Category 1 hurricane making landfall late Thursday afternoon up in the Panhandle, so it'll be the first one in a long time, obviously, that we may have experienced here in Florida, the state. I would be remiss if I didn't say also, happy birthday, 79th birthday to my mother today. Also, it's her birthday, so a lot of weather going on, so I wanted to make sure I got to that. Casey Key webcam is showing a nice looking, I shouldn't have said 79, she looks more like 50, okay? The Casey Key webcam showing the showers moving on in from the south now. Some of that rain is rather heavy, and it looks like it will continue to be periodically some showers and storms moving through overnight tonight. I think a little bit more intense rain beginning tomorrow late and in through Thursday. It's really difficult to say exactly where this line is going to set up, but look today. Today we had all this rainfall right there near Miami, just streaming northward. It's called training, and it goes for over 100 miles south of that. So we could see that set up right here along the Sun Coast. We'll see how it plays out, but I mentioned earlier the rainfall amounts could be as high as 7 inches in most coastal locations, and even some isolated areas up to 10, and that will cause some serious flooding problems. You can see that rain continues to develop into Charlotte Harbor. It's just loaded full of showers now, and boaters beware. It's going to be tough boating conditions for at least the next 3 days as a result of the system out there in the Gulf of Mexico kicking up the waves. Even some more storms building here just to the south and west of Venice. Those are kind of pinwheeling onshore, and then offshore, a tremendous amount of rainfall there. What to watch this as it kind of works its way toward Northport and eventually places north. Into Lakewood Ranch, not much rain today, but some spreading that way right now near Fruitville and I-75, and we'll look for that rain to continue to move on into Manatee County later on tonight. And as I alluded to, there'll be some breaks occasionally overnight. As far as what we're concerned with most here along the Sun Coast is the fact that we'll get this extreme rainfall. On top of that, isolated tornadoes. I think those are the two biggest problems. And then for the coastal areas, there'll be coastal erosion, also some high surf, and that means rip currents, a big problem for folks that are going to go out there trying to surf these waves, which is not advisable. And we could see the low-end scale of tropical storm force winds here. And that would happen more so on Thursday now. Checking some of the buoys out there, we're getting some winds picking up and the waves are starting to increase. And these waves will eventually generate themselves toward our coast later on tomorrow and especially on Thursday. You saw that one buoy just to the southwest of Port Charlotte, 25-knot wind there. It's up to 30 miles an hour. The wind's now at 35, and it's moving to the northwest at 5. We showed you this earlier. The forecast cone has shifted off to the north, but we advise you not to focus on the cone. This is just for where the center is going to be, not where the rough weather is going to be. And a lot of that rough weather is going to be to the east of that, and that puts us in that mix. Tropical storm watch in the yellow all the way through much of the panhandle of Florida near Tallahassee, and then the red area indicating from Panama City just to the north of Tampa through Pasco County. A hurricane watch is in effect, and that will more than likely switch over to a hurricane warning by midday tomorrow as the system develops, and we think it will. Although it's taken its time, just as you guys said earlier, it's had 9 lives. It's the longest tropical depression I can ever remember tracking, and for that matter. Rainfall forecast is still showing the same thing. The bullseye here along the Sun Coast and also where the center is expected to make landfall throughout the day on Thursday. 84 right now, it's 73 on the dew point, and the humidity at 69%. The high today, 89, finally a day below average because of the increased cloud cover. And no rainfall yet at the airport. That'll change through the night. and temperatures cooling down. The satellite imagery, we talk about the right side or the dirty side. We're going to look at it. Here's the center right there. And notice there's not much to the left at all. Most of the bad weather is well to the east of the center, right over Florida. So as this tracks off to the north, we're going to continue to see this flow coming up from the tropics, bringing all that warm, moist air. On the backside of this, it gets the north to northwesterly flow and brings the drier, more stable air to the left side of the system. That's the reason why we call it the most active side. And water temperature is extremely warm throughout its path, so it does have a chance to develop into a hurricane. You can see this particular forecast model showing periods of showers and storms moving onshore on Wednesday, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Boating forecast, not the best boating weather, and as I mentioned, showers and storms scattered about on Wednesday. Better chances on Thursday morning, continuing throughout the day on Thursday. Friday starts to taper off a little bit. It will stay breezy all the way through Saturday morning. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. A big honor for New College of Florida. Princeton Review has named the Suncoast School one of the top undergraduate colleges in the country. The review, which includes 381 colleges, does not rank the colleges, but instead rates each of them in 8 categories, including academics and how highly regarded professors are by their students. Earlier this year, Princeton Review also highlighted New College for its affordability, too.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up, we'll introduce you to Christine, whose own tragedy is helping millions of other families.
The race tightens. Trump poised to deliver what he calls a major immigration speech as a top Clinton aide deals with a new family crisis with 69 days to the election. Plus, tracking twin tropical systems heading for the U.S. tonight on World News Tonight with David Muir.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
Has chronic knee pain, arthritis, or osteoarthritis of the knee robbed you of your mobility? Would you like your pain-free life back again? Then call now. You may qualify for a new non-surgical, drug-free treatment for knee pain. Even if you've tried other treatments with little or no relief, you may still be a candidate for our Advanced Arthritis Relief Protocol. This emerging treatment is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. Suffer no longer. Call right now and get your mobility back.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Tonight's amazing Suncoast woman was hit by pain so great she didn't think she could survive it.
But she found a way through it. ABC7's Linda Carson has her story. Linda.
Christine Olson has received numerous awards and honors for her work that she's doing now. This amazing Suncoast woman has turned the tragedy in her own life into a way to help others. Christine Olson moved to Bradenton in 1999 with her son and her daughter Tiffany.
She was a little fish. She was a little mermaid. She loved the ocean. But she had this little passion about her, about helping people.
Tiffany was 22 when it happened on December 7, 2005. She was riding behind her boyfriend on a motorcycle on US 19 in Palmetto.
A car ran the intersection and came out in front of the bike, and there was just nothing that could have been done. It was on top of Dustin. Tiffany was thrown from the bike, and luckily she broke her neck and she was killed on impact.
But it was hours before Christine found out.
She was 15 minutes away from home, and it took law enforcement 6.5 hours to contact me.
The only thing Tiffany had with her was her driver's license.
And I just thought, what if there was something in that license that would have let them know who to call?
So Christine started a petition drive to put contact information on driver's license. Then she presented it to Senator Bill Galvano.
He took it to the state of Florida Department of Motor Vehicles in Tallahassee, and the state of Florida responded with, why haven't we done this? We're doing this immediately.
6 months later, TIF's initiative was born, and on October 2, 2006, Christine became the first person in the world to register her contact information on her driver's license. Now over 11 million Floridians have registered, and it has spread to 5 other states. It's free and easy to register on your phone or other device.
If you find yourself in an accident, medical emergency, anything, and you've registered, law enforcement shows up, takes your license, scans it like a credit card right in their vehicle, and your contacts anywhere in the country come up immediately for them.
Christine says working on TIF's initiative has taught her a great life lesson.
My life-saving work, because this has saved my life from the loss of a child. She was everything to me. This has saved my life by giving back to others, to helping others.
So stop whatever you're doing right now and register your next of kin information on your driver's license. Just go to the website. It is www.toinformfamiliesfirst. That's TIF.org. It'll just take you 5 minutes and it's absolutely free.
That's so fantastic.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad
what a
that
great
she did
idea.
That. Yeah. Thank you, Linda.
World News Tonight is next.